All right, guys, I think we're live and ready to go. Wow. That was the trade I wanted. I was a little too focused on too many things just now. Darn. There it goes. What a morning for me. Today, I'm down a little bit, like 60 bucks or so. A lot of tripping over myself. I was up almost on every trade I made today, about 3-4%. And on every trade, I was waiting for that extra little pop. So I'd be up like this right now at 3-4%. I'd be looking for a 5% move, and I didn't take my profits. I'm not really upset because I didn't take my profits, because my profits targets weren't hit yet. You also don't want to take profits at 2%, and then have a 10% loss, right? Yeah, here we go. Here's the breakout that I wanted on IMRN. I'm really cautious trading IMRN. I did not want to risk too much. So the second this trade went against me, I closed my position, did that twice. Unfortunately, even this one, the breakouts have been so weak today, just ridiculously weak. And it's kind of making me freak out a little bit. So we got IMRN, lead gapper, obviously from the day before, nothing really too surprising here on this one. Oh man, I can't believe I another 80 bucks that I missed out on. I don't really care about the money per se, but it's like getting these calls, kind of getting tricked out is sometimes really annoying. Let's see how this one goes. So pre-market, the amount of selling pressure pre-market blew my mind. I'm not really going to talk too much about IMRN. I mean, it was lead gapper from yesterday, 4 million float. They had the big FDA guidance news, phase 2, E. coli oral therapeutics. Everything sounds really good. Australian biotech, they have big support at 1675. I think that's something that we can all agree on. Big support here at 1665 roughly. I don't know, below 17, above 1650, I would probably argue. So I know I've been somehow missing the ones today and yesterday, so I need to take things extra slow, I think, today. And not slow by like waiting for too many confirmations, then missing the move and then FOMOing into it at a bad time, but waiting for my bread and butter setups. Then when I see those setups, getting super aggressive. If that's a dip, if that's a healthy pullback as the stock is trending up, if it's a red to green move on the actual dip part and not the breakout part, basically avoiding breakouts, I think I'll do fine today. We'll see what happens. MTP, and this is the one I'm a little annoyed at today. I'm obviously not annoyed at the ticker. I mean, maybe I am annoyed at the ticker because it never ended up doing the move I wanted, and I tried like several times to get it. If anything, I probably should just be more mad at myself for not taking my profits when I was up, a few percent or so. But I mean, if you've been here for a little bit and I take 2% trades in a row, I and you guys are like, Alex, you take profits way too fast, yada yada, blah blah blah. And then the one time I don't take my profits quickly, then you learn why you take your profits quickly. So MBRX, let me quickly I've done 9 trades this morning. Yesterday we ended the whole day with 15 trades. So kind of busy morning. Although I wasn't really feeling like I was jumping in on stuff blindly. So let's talk about MBRX, one of our lead gappers today, 40% gapping up pre-market. Right now it's at 33%, 46 million float, US biotech. They had a confirmed antiviral activity on their coronavirus test. So this from a third party even. So this looks pretty good. Had a nice little spike here, then pulled back. And then I was like, okay, this is looking healthy. Let me go ahead and buy big support here at 1.5. I'll go for this trade. This trade, I was up like about 3% or so, and 4% even. And it didn't hold, so I cut my losses where my entry was. So basically a total scratch trade. Another trade right here. I was up on this one like 4% or so. Didn't take all of my profits. I was looking for the break of 1.5. Didn't get it. Closed here for a small loss. Again, another trade, was looking for an EMA breakout. Didn't get it. Trade right here, was looking to take my profits at 1.5. Went to 1.49, pulled back. Then I was looking for the breakout here of 1.5, was buying as we were trending higher. Didn't get it, closed for a small loss. I basically ended you know, negative $6. So like a total scratch. I think what I did right was I managed my risk. But what I should have done better on a stock with a bigger float like MBRX, I mean, 46 million float is kind of high. It's not necessarily a lead gapper. It's not in the top 1 or 2 positions. So I should have been maybe more conscious on that fact alone, and then been like, okay, well, let's just kind of, yeah, Corey, roller coaster ride. It was a huge, ridiculous. I actually made it back to $3 profitable yesterday. So I went from down like almost $200 to, you can see it. So I ended the day with $4 profit. So I did 1 or 2 more trades, I think on IMRN. They were so hectic. But first trade I made $50, and the second trade I basically gave like $30 back, and that basically put me back on the green yesterday. Today I'm down about $60, so not the nicest thing. Actually, we could show that. Yeah, I'm $67 down. So I took a lot of trades today, and it is what it is. I'm going to be very cautious out of the gates. I'm going to be looking for bigger pullbacks. We have several tickers that I think are worth looking at today. I mean, obviously right here, it's totally jam-packed with tickers. Actually, this limit order just missed. I had it on my second screen. I was watching it. Classic today. So MTB, 5 million float. This is actually looking really good. UK biotech collaboration on Q Sephora platform. I'm not totally sure what that platform is, but I do know that they have big support at 2.5, 2.6. So I would probably like to buy these guys on some sort of dip. We'll see what happens. I'm probably going to keep MTB up on my main screen. I'm going to probably keep MBRX on my second screen. Yeah, I feel like I feel like I'm today and yesterday I'm not really over trading. Today I just didn't get the move I wanted, and then yesterday I was trading too aggressively and I FOMO'd into some moves and breakouts. So I guess I don't know if that goes into the over trading bracket, probably. But I definitely did not control my emotions properly, and that's kind of the same thing, I guess. Calm down, yeah. Where is he hiding? OGEN, I see you guys calling that out. I'll quickly pull it up. Yeah, like I said, big support MTB around 2.5, so I'm going to keep that open. OGEN, let me quickly pull this up. I probably won't look at it too long. OGEN. Yeah, this one actually had really nice support at 1.5. Would have been nice to get a dip on that area. I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading this one. I really don't like... I really want to focus on the first screen days. I tend to do the best on those tickers. But yeah, if this breaks over 1.8, it could be back in the play for me. Big support, like I said, at 1.5 would have been nice to do a dip trade there. Also big support at like 139. This one has had a pretty nice run so far. So always want to kind of keep that in mind. A really rough long-term chart. Could get some dilution in here soon. But it could also, I could see this thing running to $3 somehow. I don't know why, but I just could see it. I currently do not own any OGEN. NBEV, another ticker I want to quickly kind of shed some light on. 85% gapping up pre-market, 83 million float, which is pretty high. U.S. beverage company with a merger of 4 additional companies. This is pretty big news, and big support at 2.5 that we are kind of kissing right now. So let's see how this one holds up. Hit 2.7, 2.5 is a little bit lower. I mean, to hit 2.57, that's what I meant to say. Another ticker that's going to be a really interesting to watch out of the gates. We have another 5 minutes till the market opens. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of... I don't like the fact that there's so many different gappers today. To me, that's not a good sign. It means that traders are going to be overwhelmed. Probably means breakouts are going to be extra weak. So I'm a little bit cautious. Markets are going to be up. SPY is up 0.69%, pretty nice. MBRX is trying so hard to break this 1.5 zone. I think maybe at the market open, it's going to finally find enough energy to break it, but I would probably buy MBRX on a pullback first. Oh my God, MBRX just broke 1.5. Well, so much for saying I'm gonna wait for or maybe the market open on AZN sticker. I'm not sure. AZN sticker? I mean ticker? For swing or not. AYRO is a bit of a confusing one for sure. Man, you know, I probably should have just been loading up under 1.5 the whole time with MBRX, but you just don't know. Sometimes, you know, you'll be loading up and all of a sudden you have this huge dip, some news comes out. I don't really want to be, you know, blindly building up a position, but MBRX has that nice rounded bottom on the 5 minutes. So pretty kind of sweet stuff we're seeing. 3 minutes here till the market opens. I'm gonna put a limit order on MBEV at 2.58 for the market open. LXRX is, I think, another really kind of interesting pick today. Also has that big kind of possible support at 2.5. A lot of selling off so far, so I'm going to be a little cautious with this one out of the gate. I'm not even really sure if I'm going to be watching out of the gate. I do have a limit order here if we start pulling lower, so it's going to be a lot to watch at market open for sure. I would like to buy some dips, so I'm trying to keep an open mind here. IMRN does exactly what I want. Another minute and 20, guys. Good luck, everyone. Take some deep breaths, relax. There's no stress. Only the stress you make for yourself. And just, you know, enjoy it. Have some fun. Another day of trading. Always a good time. I'm watching MBRX out of the gates for sure. It's going to be an interesting one. See how this one opens up. Another 15 seconds here. I'm going to be watching NTP. I got a limit order on BEV. That's one pulling up as well. JAN really popping up here a little bit late. Possibly worth looking at. All right, guys, 16 seconds. Good luck, everyone. I'll get back to the chat in like 10 minutes. Need to focus now. MBRX. This is going to be a really, really interesting Open here. A lot of sellers at 52. Possible quick open on MTP. 5 million float. Remember, this one has that explosive potential. MBRX, quick pullback here. We got big resistance here at 3.4 roughly. Nice move on MTP. JANN found some support here. This actually could be a big ripper. NBEV just went long. Had that quick dip. Very quick dip. Surprised it didn't get halted. I'm watching MBEV here. Can we go back above the EMA? Closing this limit order for now. Bit of a choppy ticker here. It's giving it a little bit longer. Big support here at 2.6. LXRX also pulling back. Trying to close this position. Would be nice to kind of bounces a little bit weaker here, so don't have full confidence in it. MBEV still moving. That's looking good. New 5 minutes is about to start in 35 seconds. Not too much selling volume here, giving me a bit of confidence. Don't really want to hang out in this area too long. Looking for that break of 2.7. Small position size here on this one. I'm going to give this probably another second here. Possible break here at the 7. This is just such a slow mover. I just realized my order was wrong. If I can get out here at 268, I'd be pretty happy. All right, looks like I took profits on this one, 40 bucks, not too bad. A little bit of a hectic kind of move. I wonder if this one's going to go back above 2.8. MTB is the hot one. That's what I should be focusing on, but I needed to get out of this trade first. I'm watching MBRX on my other screen. Yeah, I see you guys calling it out. Great stuff. Keep calling out the good moves. Luckily, I didn't have to sacrifice a trade. I still gotta move, so I'm happy with that. TNXP, I know some of you guys went long on TNXP. Awesome move on that one. Congrats, guys. Really nice move on MTP out of the gates. This is what we were looking for. Really good stuff. 35%, huge stuff. Can we get that break of 4? There's big resistance here at 4. So this is kind of an area to be really cautious about. I don't know if I'm just going to go long on this one. MBRX is such a fail. Oh my God. Wow, yeah, be very careful with MBRX, guys. There was sellers. You can feel the sellers on this ticker. We're actually on the kind of on the backside of a bigger move as well. 125 has some decent support on it, so I'd probably look for maybe a trade on MBRX at 125, but I don't know. Other than that, I'm going to be focused on MTP, MBEV for sure. Although that bounce was very suspicious. MBRX. I'm gonna mark this one as well. Like I said, LXRX pre-market. This could be some big support here in the 2.5 zone. So something maybe worth checking out, but yeah, it is selling off quite a bit. Big moves. I like this. This is looking good. So MTP looking really strong here. Big support at 4, big resistance at about 4.4. So keep that in mind. MBEV finally broke above the 2.7. Miss, are you making fun of me? NBEV, nice breakout here. This is the move we were waiting for, so I probably should have been a little bit more aggressive and actually just bought more as it pulled back, but it's always one of those mystery kind of setups. Nice breakout here, NBV, pulling higher. No worries, Miss. What I mean with MBRX is it pulled back a lot. In pre-market, there was a lot of sellers. So that's why I was not surprised that this thing got rejected at 1.5. That's kind of what I meant by that. I mean, obviously there's big bounce potential, and it's going to be probably really interesting to do some dip buys on this one. Maybe it's going to break back above 1.5. I'm going to put an alert here for that. And otherwise, I'm going to probably not trade this one unless we get closer to 125. I don't know. That's my thesis for now. There's other interesting picks, so it's really. I wish I could just kind of focus on them all, but you gotta be kind of pick one or two and then stick with it. Quick gain is better than no gain. That's what the lesson from pre-market was today. Quick MBEV, quick pullback here. Might even get halted on a pullback like this. 6% so far. Ooh, fast move back to the upside. So I'm watching NBEV on my second screen now, and I'm watching MTP on my main screen. Both of these are the lead gappers on the day. Let's see what happens. Steven, I know that feeling. That's like my whole pre-market. It was so stressful. I feel you, man, entirely. Oh. GENE offering close. I actually have a trade open with BKYI. I totally forgot to mention that. Right here it is, BKYI. There was some aggressive support and big sellers, BKYI. I was looking for actually a quick move to get out of this one pre-market, and I was not really as focused on this one as I should have been. So kind of a lot going on here overall for me. Bought this one at 62, pulled back a little bit, kind of back to a little bit below break even. So I probably will get rid of this one, take a small loss on it. Let's kind of see if it holds this area. Don't really want to see a break of 6. So MTP just trying to rip again here. Wow, this thing's a pretty strong ticker. Let's review it again. 5 million float, that's what we're looking for. UK biotech collab with QS, fair platform. 2.5 is big time support, was gapping up about 111% pre-market. Now it's at 170%. This is definitely one of the lead stocks to be watching. IMRN is also on our scanner here. Yeah, I probably should have been a little bit more committed with this one. It went up 12%. We could have made, based on our position size, yeah, 250, 300 bucks on that one. So this one could have been pretty nice in one candle, right? So a quick touch of VWAP and then pulled back. I don't think I'm going to be trading this one anymore, but come on, we got to get them. Got to stay focused. Nice, Miz. 6K profit. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Look at that. Just absolutely shoots into the market open. Today's definitely a trickier day. Just keep that in mind. You know, we're getting some really weak moves overall, besides probably was it MTP? So that's the one I'm going to keep my eyes on. What's up, Galaxy? Yep, definitely can. Corey, I don't think you're the only one. I don't think you're the only one watching. VERB was another one on our pre-market kind of scanner. I didn't really give it too much attention, but look at this thing absolutely fly. I found big support and already up over 100%, so, or almost 100%. Whew, what a move. Huge. Yikes. Gotta love those low floats. Subscription revenue. Nice. Good earnings. Always a good catalyst. 2.5, big resistance. Kind of a classic resistance zone. And then it looks like 280 to 3 is an interesting kind of point of concern. 275. I'll go ahead and mark the high here. MBEV pulling back. MTB might also be ready for a pullback. I think the way I'm going to trade MTB, I feel like right now might be fairly high, is I'm going to wait for maybe a 5-minute, 5-minute pullback. So pull back to the 9-minute EMA on the 5-minute chart. I'm always like, wait, there's too many minutes I'm talking about right now. Yeah, Carl Lizzle, I hope I'm saying your name right. In the video description below, I got a video on that, my TOS interface. I have a link to import, and I also have a video explaining how to do it. Yeah, Steven, for real, breakfast break. Ooh, 9:46 a.m. guys, kind of an interesting open here, a little bit all over the place. I really like when there's like 1 or 2 clear lead gappers. I think NTB was kind of it. I was a little bit focused on MBEV and so many different tickers. MBRX as well. Let's kind of check this one out. MBRX looks surprisingly strong in this area. I gotta say, can't deny that. Remember, this one has a larger float. It's 46 million, so oftentimes they don't move as fast as those 4 millions. You don't get those 10%, 20% candles, which are, you know, pretty crazy. But this one, you know, just a little bit slower of a mover, 5-6%. Still seems like it has huge resistance at 1.5. I think if it breaks 1.5 with a clear break confirmation, this one could bring a lot of eyes back to it. Right now, it's technically setting up for a red to green move. You can see here the candle on the daily chart still a little bit red, but it could pop over that any moment, and then things are going to get a little bit more interesting, I think, on this one. There goes MBRX setting off my alert. The amount of sellers on this one has kind of astonished me so far this whole time. So a lot of people are going to be looking at this one right now. I got it now on my second screen. I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing with MTB. I think it looks overall really nice. That 4.5 pullback to the 9-minute EMA was also a pretty sweet potential entry. This is like a picture perfect ticker. I'm not sure why I didn't really trade this one. I was probably overly biased looking for that entry at 2.27 or something closer to 2.6 because I just missed that entry there at 2.9. So, ooh, MBRX, guys. This is why I've been so careful with this one. Look at that flush. So wicked. An 8% dip right there. Don't want to get caught in that. Yeah, SPCE, man, that's always a good swing trade. Wow, MBRX pulling back again, watching it closely. I'd probably look for a dip buy if it did one more of those candles, but yeah, Curie, check out the gear icon here at the top middle of your chart, and then just make sure show trades is selected right here under display. Good question, Jose. Well, we're not really actively, because right now we moved it to a swing trade portfolio. I think we're over 7,000 now. Depends on my last swing trades, what they're currently at. I'm not looking at them, but it was going between 7,000 and 6,900. So we're getting close to doubling that account, but we're just not trading it very often. Watch out with NTP. I think right now it could be a bit on the backside of a move. Yeah, I see GEN up 27% today. Lighter volume on it. Welcome, Ren. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed what you see here, guys. We come out with a recap video at the end of every day, and we start the streams at 9:15 to review the watch list, and then we trade the market open. Drop a like as well if you guys enjoy the content. Yeah, Corey, I totally feel you. JAN, I was looking at that one earlier as well, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think if it starts, cracking higher again, just check out the daily chart. We've had a lot of these failed spikes to the upside. And looks like today might not be much different based on how this one started off. So I probably would only be trading it if it started breaking above maybe 5.5 or so. A lot of sellers on this one. Also have to check the catalyst a bit more. Glad to hear, Red Man. Welcome. It's going to be a public name here soon. What? JAN? What do they do? IMRN. Making a bit of a rounded bottom here. Could have a second attempt of a VWAP break, but not really tempted. It's 9:54, guys. Let's look at first stuff that's holding its highs and consolidating. We might get, a move here pretty soon. TNXP with a really nice bounce off of 215 roughly. Third bigger green day in a row so far. I got a limit order on NBEV near 2.57 where we had our first entry on it. Right now the trade is not showing up on the chart, but this was our first trade roughly from here to here. Scored about 4% or so on a smaller position size. Was looking for that, red to green move, but I sold a little too soon, so missed out on some bigger profits on this one. Look at MTP now up over 200% today. Absolutely wicked. I was expecting a bigger pullback. I was looking for maybe a 5-minute setup that I could really get behind, but whew, huge move, man. I hope some of you guys nailed it. Also, right now, trades are not popping up. I've noticed it's also having, when TOS and the market open, there tends to be a lot of issues. So just keep that in mind as well. Yeah, that was a huge move. We don't see stuff like that all the time. I really don't mind missing them. It's unfortunate, but absolutely wild. A lot of one-day spikes on MTP. $6 is an interesting kind of point of resistance. $250K. Yeah, probably the size he goes in with is pretty mind blowing. I'm over here like freaking getting heart attacks on my 2K position sizes. Wow, absolutely nice rip here on MTP, guys. That's what you get with a low float. 5 million float, 36% move. That's like 13% per minute. Now that's a pretty legit return. Nice to see like action like this, especially after Monday. It really doesn't get any cleaner than what we see here with MTB. Yeah, let TOS trade for you. No selling your position. IMRN, guys, pulling down. Actually, much more aggressive pullback right now. One Edie Pro, yeah. Hey, you just don't know. That's usually a great idea. I mean, when we saw pre-market, taking 10 cents a share would have been the only way to trade pre-market. And then, well, not the only way, but would have, for the trades that I did, would have been perfect. So, you know, looking for home run trades is a messy business. So every time I miss a home run, it really doesn't bother me at all. I'm wondering, will we see MBRX again today? Will this one find some support? Make any sort of progress back to the upside? JAN doesn't look too healthy. Any of you guys trading IMRN? I find this one not to really be my favorite thing. Although, big support here. This is what we're talking about, 6.7, 6.65. Would probably look for a possible entry here for a quick dip. Again, being a little bit careful though. Ooh, still flushing. Let's see if we can get an entry here. Had that quick pullback. Small position size, 6% or so. You can see big support at 16.5 roughly, 16.7. We got our entry at 16.59. Can we get a break back above 17? That's what I would be looking for. Buyers coming in now, 1690. A little bit more volume, but still very, very light. I would like to see a break of this 17. It did have really aggressive sell-off. 17 might break here. Was a little bit too slow on this one. Let's kind of give it a little bit longer here. I think 17 could crack again. Give it one more attempt here. It's a really big spread on this one. I'm going to close this one out. I was looking for the break of 17. I gave it a second chance. I didn't really want to give it a third one. It could happen. This could be the break, you know, coming up, but I also don't want to be stuck in a 5, 6, 7% flush to the downside like we've seen before. So, you know, made some of my losses back. I was down like 30 bucks or 25, or I don't really remember on this one. So nice to get some profits back on that. Here we go. That's the break of 17. NBEV just had an entry on it. I like the bounce so far. $62 is finding some nice buyers. Just gonna get out of this one for a kind of a very small trade. Was looking for kind of a quicker move, but didn't get that out of the gate. We might pop back up here. That was not the worst trade. I mean, made probably about 2% on it. Just digging myself out of the hole a little bit, not looking for any home runs. Kind of happy with what I can get right now. CEI, I remember that ticker. I don't really remember how I feel about it though. MTP, I would love to trade this one at some point, but I'd be scared right now to trade it. I would like to see this thing coming back to something a little bit more tangible. MBRV, the fact, I mean, the MBRX, the fact that it's holding its highs here actually makes me fairly confident that we might see something spike back up on this one. I'm really not going to lie. I don't really want to trade it myself, but that's just kind of my thoughts right now. When I'm looking at it right now, I'm like, okay, wow, it hasn't broke that 135 area that I thought it was going to break. There's a lot of sellers in this one. I know that for a fact, but maybe there's a bit more buyers, kind of eager beavers on this one as well. The problem with MBRX is, the fact that this was a recent runner, a little bit too recent of a runner, probably a lot of bag holders that are just super happy to get out anywhere above $1. So I think that's probably a big driving force behind MBRX, big sell-off in the morning and just in general. Well, there's 330 people here. Let me quickly update. This is the only screen I don't look at. Woo! 330 guys. This is potentially close to a record. I appreciate it, but I guess it goes to say that you guys are enjoying the community. That's awesome. Super, super awesome. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love to see you again. Join the growing community. Really, really good, helpful stuff here. And let's get back to trading. Whew. Punch it. Just don't punch it too hard. We need the laptops. What do I think about TTNP? Is that different than TTXP? TTNP, why does that sound so familiar? Let me quickly think about this one. I gotta go way back. Typically for day trading, I don't touch sub dollars. Titan Pharmaceutical. Yeah, I do remember this one. I have no idea what this one's about right now. I don't know any of their fundamentals or news. Partnerships are always good. A lot of shady activity on this one, reverse splits. Since they're under $1, they need to get their stock price back above $1, or else they're going to get delisted from NASDAQ, and they don't want that. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bit more catalyst coming out at one point. They are trending above the 180-day moving average. I would not trade TTNP, but if you guys think that it's a good swing trade based on the information you find out about it, maybe that'd be something worth looking into, as it's near big support. I wouldn't go too aggressive with it, but interesting ticker. I mean, this could easily, pop to 0.4, and that alone would be a pretty big move. So, but look at this sell-off. I mean, why is it selling off like that? Oh, I really don't enjoy trading these tickers. Wow, MTP, beautiful bull flag, and then a wicked breakout again, 465. This thing, guys, does not even care that we want to buy it on a pullback. It just says, nope, I'm out of here. QLGN. This is actually one of the top 10 lead gappers on the day. Quite a choppy little chart. It is trending though above VWAP, so it is bullish right now. Big resistance at $6. That would make me very weary. I would need something really significant for me to want to trade this, and the fact that the only last news about it is a direct public offering would make me stay away from this like the plague. And then long-term chart doesn't help. So I mean, this could easily dump to new all-time lows very quickly. So I'd be very careful on QLGN. Very, very careful. Yeah, so IMRN, it was good that we took our profits. I mean, we bought the dip here at 1657 or so, and then we quickly quickly closed out this position. I wanted that break of 17. We didn't really get the break of 17, so I closed it at like 1680 or whatever I did, and then it pulled back here pretty strong. So this is what I was worried about. I was worried about some sort of flush, and that's exactly what happened. It actually could be a good secondary trade in this area, I gotta say. I would have wanted to buy the dip though, so I'm not the biggest fan of the price I'd be getting right now. But if it breaks above this 1675 back above 17 zone, it could be a really nice move from here. I mean, that's exactly what I was trying to do pre-market when I was buying this setup here. I don't know, it's not popping up in the chart right now, but I basically bought somewhere in this area and then I sold somewhere right before this move, which was a little bit depressing. Yeah, why are the trades not popping up in the chart? It's really hard to review positions. Whenever the markets are over 1%, I feel like TOS exponentially gets less responsive. I don't know if there's a correlation, but I think there is. All right, guys, I'm gonna be right back. And MTP, guys, backside of the move, failed breakout above 6.5. So this one's gonna be an interesting one to watch. Just over here losing my mind a little bit. I could really go for a coffee right now, but didn't we learn that coffee is bad for trading? Which honestly totally makes sense, because there's moments where my heart's moving fast enough, and I feel like if I'm, chugging coffee, it's not helping the situation. MTP, guys, on the daily candle looks so good. Look at this. Just opens here at 315 and just rallies. Looking at MTP, we've had 2-day runners. We've had another 2-day runner here. Several spikes. It's not the worst spiker. It actually does really, really good spikes overall. Keep an eye out for this $5 zone. Kind of 520 seems like a pretty interesting spot. So far, I think this area is gonna hold pretty good. So this is the $5 zone. Definitely that where we peaked out and then we broke through that with some vengeance. So I would probably go long MTP under 550. I'd probably go long MTP pretty soon. $6 is holding pretty nice. Over caffeinated, yeah. Trading is my coffee. Yeah, Corey, I totally feel you. Steven. Nice salt. You got verb. That's a good one. That's a nice snag. I feel like I would have trembled over myself. There's got to be Fortnite. There's got to be several people in here who did. Yeah, so I'm looking at MTP. I got it on my second screen, so I'm not looking at it too much on this main screen that you guys see. I am RN. I would have actually liked to trade this one a second time, near $16, but I stopped looking at it. It would have been a good 7% move. Now I doubt I would have traded all 7%. I probably would have took profits here in this area, but still that would have been a 4% move. So I don't know. I am RN. I was looking at this one, but the move I wanted is literally happening right now, so I'm not going to trade this one. I'd be already closing my position. TNXP, we had that one opportunity to buy the 215, the bounce, but I know it's struggling here. I'd want to see this one back above 2.2, but honestly, I don't think I would trade TNXP because multi-day runner already, and I'd be a little too cautious on that alone. MBEV bounced again off of 2.6. That's just absolutely crazy. I mean, the amount of times you could have traded this 2.6, 2.57 bounce is quite a lot. We could have done it one more time. I took profits way too quick. Oh my God. The only ticker I've been taking profits quickly on is the one that I actually should have let run a little bit longer. Actually, that's not true, because IMRN I took profits on pretty quickly. 90-day average volume. Yeah, MTP has huge relative volume today. Really, really nice. Yeah, calm down. Super right. Like 550, I would like below 550 entry. Am I going to get a 5? Oh, whoa! MTP literally, as I'm rambling, goes down and touches 5.53. Whoo! This is why I'm always extra cautious on a ticker that just had a huge exponential run, because it's so easy to FOMO into one of these setups. I wanted to go back to MBV. MBV looks fun. That was a wicked dip for sure. It's 10.19 right now. Nice, Shrikant. Yeah, good call on that. Might have a $6 retest any moment, but I'm not gonna test it. NBEV is really showing some strength. This could be the one that has a bit of a run, but needs to get above VWAP. Really looking interesting though. MBEV, guys, with the 83 million float, so it has that big support zone. That's why the multi-day support and resistance, or multi-month support and resistance zones, seem to work so good on NBEV with that 83 million float, with that big merger news today as well. So would like to maybe even see if NBEV is going to have a reversal at one point. So that could be a really nice setup. I like the support from 5 to 530. I think that's right above VWAP. If we see some support in this area, I'd probably go long for a quick backside trade. I wouldn't hold it for a big reversal. I would take my 3-4% and move on. And then if we break under VWAP, I would probably buy again. And then maybe at one point MTP, based on the dollar volume today, it's a very strong stock. Maybe it's going to have a late day run. So that's probably what I would be looking for. Evey is really trying to play some games with us here. Yeah, Shrikant, I totally feel you, man, on that. Jumping around tickers is always extremely stressful. TNXP is at or above 2.2. We were talking about that a little bit before. Watching MBEV, maybe we're going to see a little bit of move here. If the 9-minute EMA cracks to the downside, I'd maybe even consider loading up a little bit of a position and then look for that VWAP breakout. That doesn't look like it's going to pull though. Pull back. MTP, this one's pulling back. Possible dip trade here on MTP. Buying here at 31, half position size, waiting for the second half on a possible move lower. Not sure if we're going to get that second move down. Let's see. Low volume here. I'm going to close this position. Look for a dip under 31 to buy back. 26 pulling back. Yeah, it's a tricky dip here. I wanted that dip to go a little bit lower into the 20s. That was my goal. I'm just gonna keep watching this one. No need to rush into anything here. Very small trade on it so far. Acadia Pharmaceuticals. I'm not sure. To be honest, I have not checked it out. What's their ticker? Yeah, this is actually the bit of the trade that I wanted. Remember, we're still on the backside of a move, so this thing is going to be possibly weak here. 5%. I totally butchered that one. I should have bought more on that secondary dip. Yeah, it is what it is. Thanks, Corey, for that. Shoulda, coulda, would've averaged down faster, but I had my orders ready to go at like 23, 22, and then I wanted to maybe buy in the teens. So I literally missed this one by a freaking hair. Oh well, it is what it is. Nice. CNN says a lot of interesting things. IMRN trading that big support. I mean, that could have been really, really nice. MTP popping up here to the upside, looking healthy, looking strong. Literally missed my entry. Oh, and guess what? MBEV does exactly what I wanted here. Pulled right below to 69 and then now pulling higher. Oh, missing trades is probably the worst feeling ever. Two trades that I kind of butchered back to back. MTP. I even said like buy back when I sold at 31 or 35. I was just too slow. I was too cautious. MBRX. Interesting thing here. Looks like it's setting up a little bit of support and slowly crawling higher here. Ah, TJ, yeah. I hope the wife knows what she did. Yeah, I think all of us were looking for MTP to go closer to VWAP, or at least maybe pull back a little bit more. But if we're all thinking that, maybe this isn't really going to be the full reversal. Maybe it's going to come down, do a little bit of a retest, because a lot of people maybe FOMO'd into this one, and then, you know, taking profits quickly, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. MBRX looks like it's going to try to do maybe a possible VWAP retest, but I don't really see it going all the way to VWAP. But I'm going to put an alert on this one, see if it breaks higher. If anything, I'd probably rather accumulate now before it goes above the alert. Big buyers here and big sellers, so it's a bit of a big battle zone. The sellers on MBRX are just always so strong. OPK. Oh, when did I trade this one last? I feel like it was a long time ago. Beautiful rally on OPK. I mean, this thing has really, really been a strong rally over the last few weeks and months. Look at this kind of consolidation here at 4. I mean, this looks almost like an intraday chart, the way it's been trading. Test the NFL for coronavirus. Yeah, so that's huge news. Like the fact that they are on that kind of level where they can test the NFL players. I mean, that's nice. Is it overextended? I probably would have said it was overextended at $4. So it still has increasing volume. Crazy move. Crazy move. I don't know if I can get myself to trade this one at this point, but I don't see this one doing an offering or anything like that. It might, but had a really nice 5-minute setup here and then broke higher from 557. So, I mean, the fact that we just broke above $6 big resistance zone, this could be a good setup here for a continuation. It's a bit of a slow mover overall though, so for day trading it's a little bit slower. Interesting pick for sure. Wow, oh my, what a huge day. 650% roughly, nice. On a pretty expensive overall ticker. Also broke above. Oops, sorry. A sip of water. I don't know who it is. So much catalyst on this one. Adjusted income. So they're definitely outperforming. That's good. Over their price target that they were given. I don't know. I really don't know enough about this company to even leave a comment, but it had that big move here higher. I mean, there's a big question on how much higher it's going to go. Maybe it's going to hit 17.5. There's clearly big resistance in this area, so that'd be the next major goal. I would assume, but Let's go here back to the tickers with the action today. MBRX had that nice little crack higher, so we could have probably maybe considered trading this one. 3-4% move, nothing really to run home about, but this is the exact setup that we were talking about here. So nice to see it kind of come out. Again, I did not trade this one. Just the amount of sellers on this has kind of gotten me a little bit weary all day today, but let's see how close it gets to VWAP. LXRX, I was looking for a setup near 2.5. But it got totally destroyed. It broke 2.5, and that's kind of when I stopped looking at it. Hey Satoshi, welcome to the party. Ticker symbol is like what I'm typing in right here at the top, LXRX. It's a company that, so the company is Lexicon Pharmaceuticals, but they can be found on the charts by typing in LXRX. Yeah, I probably won't be trading this one. It's totally dead at this point. Fading volume, just not really that interesting. There's probably some warrants or something. There's something else going on. I don't like trading these companies that are pulling off so hard. Yeah, no problem. I hope that helped, but it just doesn't look very tradable at this point. IMRN is really just holding the line here. I no longer feel like I see a setup on IMRN like I did in this area because it was moving kind of quickly in this area and we were just touching support for the first time. Right now we're kind of consolidating. I don't know, it could break to the downside, could break up. I don't know. I don't really want to be, playing this one. It just seems a little bit sketchy. MTP guys pulling back here, going to VWAP, breaking 530. It's 1036. Woo! Quick pullback to 512. That was a pretty mean little pullback, I gotta admit. I don't know. This is a huge support zone for MTP. We got 5 to 5.3, big time support. I never really like buying VWAP balances. I don't really like trading the actual balance on VWAP because when it cracks VWAP, it usually pulls very quickly to the downside. So I would rather trade at this point a crack of 5 into like 570s. That would be my perfect setup. I haven't really been getting my perfect setups today, so I don't really know if that's going to happen, but that would probably be the way I would want to trade MTP. Or it's going to hold here at 5. It's not going to break below VWAP. VWAP's going to hold, and we're going to start crawling back above 5.5 and then maybe back to 6 and then see if this thing does a secondary run. So that's kind of like the two thoughts I'm having right now. I'm going to be ready for both, I think. Nice move, Matt. ACAD, I'll pull it up on this chart. Right now I'm watching MTP pretty closely. Big support of 45, the 180-day moving average could be good. I don't know why I pulled down so hard. I'd be kind of curious. This is a larger company, so I mean, with a company like this, I would probably be, as long as the fundamentals are good, I'd probably be buying dips on it. PE ratio, wait, negative, that doesn't make sense. Well, probably because they don't have much earnings. Shares. Yeah, a huge amount of shares. $7 billion market cap, another, yeah. Typically, we're not day trading companies like this. Bunch of companies are lowering their price target for it, but I'm not really sure why. I would have to dive into the news. Clearly something happened today. I'm not really sure what it is. Disappointing updates. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. MTP is kind of crawling here. Higher and higher and higher, but very low volume. On MTP, I want to kind of point out one thing specifically, and that's the fact that the volume, the sell volume, has been getting lower and lower on the dip. So that's a very, very bullish sign. There could be another kind of pull to the downside. I could easily see it. But you know, this thing could also kind of decide this is the kind of support zone that it wants to hold in and then start breaking higher. So let's be kind of ready for both. Oh, Toshi, I know that feeling. That actually happened to me several times today. I missed some really good moves because of that. MTP is still our lead gapper on the day, so I think if we give this one long enough, it's going to show some really good opportunities at one point. But I think if you just rush into this one, might not be the nicest feeling. There's definitely some sell volume here. Keep an eye on the sell volume too. If it cracks 5 and it's not that much sell volume, that's also a bullish sign. Eddie, I come out with the watch list usually around like 8:30. Usually it's posted by on YouTube. And then you can start joining the chat room. I know a few of you guys are really busy in the chat room in the morning, starting around that time. And then we go live at 9:14. Like I said before, I don't like VWAP bounces, so I didn't trade this one. You know, because when VWAP does crack, it usually cracks fairly quickly, and it's hard to manage your risk on that kind of setup. Still, the sell volume is light, but order book is pretty heavy. A lot of activity. Big sellers kind of piling up. 506. Yeah, right now I'd be cutting my losses if I was buying that. So, which sometimes is hard to do. 509. Okay, so it's having a huge issues right here in this area. $5 is very, very strong. I had my target at 228. How do you feel about that? That's so stressful, man. I feel you. Is there a scan for relative volume on TOS? Probably. I don't know. I just look at the charts and I like to see big volume. So obviously here on MTP, we have huge volume on the daily. MTP does not look like it wants to crack 5 here. This could be a really good sign. It's already tried to pull back multiple times. Might be looking for an entry here. My dream, my fantasy. Is it just fantasy? I like the constant volume on this one though. It looks really, really good. Ooh, MBRX, finally the sellers are winning the fight. This is a move that I feel like I've been waiting for all day. Big pull to 1.3. Whoo! Yikes. Gotta watch out. Did an offering come out? No? I think if MTP breaks above the 9-minute EMA resistance, I think it's going to be so back in the play that people are going to be jumping on it fairly quickly. Wow, NOVN, guys. Kind of reminds me of TNXP a little bit. Doesn't seem to really have any news on it. Which could be a bit of a squeeze. MBEV, you could still be collecting those bounces off of 2.57. Seriously. Oh my God. It's been doing it all day. MTP, watching this one, could be an entry here. $5.11. $5.10. Is it going to flush below $5.10? That's the big question. Here we go. Went into the 80s very quickly. High 80s for a split second. Looking for entries here at 90, in the 90. Pull back again. Very weak VWAP break. Looks like it's still pulling back here. Back in the 80s. My original target price was actually, it's in the 70s. Sell volume is pretty weak here. I get one more fill. Back to 88. Doesn't look like I'm going to get that last one. Looking for that 9-minute EMA to break and then ideally get back to 5.5. MTP back above 5, just what I was waiting for. Maybe it's gonna keep going past 510. I would like to see this in the teens and even into the 20s. That was kind of my original goal here with this one. Let's see if we can take some profits in this area. Took some profits. Finally did that move to the 18 that I was waiting for, but at least I sold at 15. So pretty shaky. 520. That was 525. Can we see it? I'm already out of this position. Nice decent profit though. There we go, 520. That was the extra 7 cents I would have wanted, but nice. Sweet trade. Congrats to anyone else that got it. Looks like I just bought a little bit more AAL at 11:30. If you guys have not seen the reason I'm trading AAL, check out the video on it. I came out with like a week ago. Similar concept. I don't like the fact that it's retesting right now, but that's kind of my game plan. Here we go. MTP, this is the reversal we were all waiting for. I left 10 cents on the table per share. Left more than that. Boom! Woo! It's fun to watch this one. I'm not even in it, and I'm enjoying this one. 15 cents up a share from where I got out. Here we go. This one had that breakout power that a lot of the other tickers were missing today, so I probably sold too soon. I definitely sold too soon. For sure. Uh-oh, Satoshi. This sounds like the beginning of a serious trilogy or something like that. Good luck with it. Keep us posted. Uh-oh, calm down. Had a good trade. We've been here before. My position size on MTP was about $2,000. A little bit less. Miss says, there he is. I appreciate the 10 bucks, man. Appreciate it. It's going right into Trade Journal. I've been working on Trade Journal like crazy. That's why I went to the sauna this weekend, because I needed to chill out for a little bit. Man, talk about leaving money on the table, huh? MTP we left 8% on the table. Stop it. No. That's how you give FOMO back into yourself. This was a nice move. I traded this setup today like 4 times in the morning with MBRX, and each of them failed. That's why I was so careful, and that's why I took my profits a bit too early. But if you guys could see MBRX pre-market, I tried to trade this move over and over again, and each time it did not work, so I was very cautious on it today. My trades aren't showing right now, but basically I tried this 9-minute EMA breakout all in here, and each time it only went up like 2-3% and then failed, and I closed for a loss. So that's why this one I took profits a little bit too early, but whatever. Nice, TG. Really nice. Yes, sauna. It's a bit hot outside, but Berlin gets pretty cold as well. And the water is freezing here. MTP doesn't look like it really wants to stop. I would probably buy this on a maneuver to the downside, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that. Oh, God, we really should have held this one a bit longer. Up 20% from our entry so far. Profit is profit. Totally agree, especially after a sloppy day so far. It's going to be interesting to see what our P&L is on the day. Both of our entries on MTP were pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. They're not always that nice, so I like to look at them and drool a little bit when they are. And we're trading the US market right now, which opens at 9:30, and right now Eastern Standard Time, it is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see it right here at the top left of our screen. I like to base everything I do on this channel on Eastern Standard Time, since it's all about trading US small cap stocks. Not all about it, but it's like 80% about it. So I try to make it very straightforward on that aspect. 11 o'clock. Is MTP going to be that, mid-morning, late morning, midday, afternoon? Is it going to be the big runner? It definitely has the potential. It's not every day that it's 11 o'clock and we're at $500 million in traded volume. It's actually quite rare. Lately, it's happened a bit more often, but it usually only happens to the tickers that do perform pretty nice, phase 2 of the day. So MTP, I'm going to be watching very closely. Yeah, Satoshi, I try it every now and again, but oftentimes what happens is I only sell a small amount and then the stock crashes or something like that. Happened to me actually this morning, pre-market. Only sold 200 shares, like 20% of my position on like a 3% move, and then the rest. So yeah, I do need to learn it. I need to get better at it, but It's tough. It's really, really tough. I think in this case, it would have worked pretty well because I would have, this one had the big potential. It had much more potential for that move. So being aware of and understanding the potential for this one would have been that good indicator. Let's see if MTP can pull back a little bit more here. I don't really feel comfortable buying it in this price zone. Doesn't seem like it wants to pull back much more than this. Gonna see if I can do a starter position here at 31. No, I'm gonna close it actually. Just went up to 45. That's kind of the thing I was thinking that could happen. Yeah, we definitely talked about it in the past. It's a tricky thing. Nice, Ahmed. Really, really sweet. Happy to hear, man. Yeah, there's that move I was waiting for. I would probably do this with a small size, this trade. $69 is that breakout territory. It's way too conservative on that pullback. That pullback was near perfect, and I don't know why I was taking so long on it. $74, yep. Really, really dropped the ball on this one. Another nice move on that, 10%. Oh well. Let's see if we can kind of figure this one out, how it's going to play here. Yeah, I've noticed the sound getting out of sync lately. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll keep practicing Satoshi, but it's definitely messy for sure. Here we go, MTP. Having a nice little pullback in the 50s. Let's see if we can do one little entry here. I'll probably use smaller size on this play. Definitely a good bit of buyers on it for sure. And 200K though for this ticker with $500 million being traded on the day is it's basically nothing. Looks like it might break 589 here, 590. Didn't chip. You snooze, you lose, and I snoozed on this one twice. Boom! There we go. Having a breakout. This is the move we were waiting for. I like the fact that it's the first green day on MTP. That makes me very confident. I should have really thought about that a little bit more. Maybe we can get a quick pullback entry on this one, back to the $6, which is potentially going to act as support now. I'm kind of just chasing a little bit here. Woohoo, Corey, nice one. Yeah, this one is flying on out of here. Really, really nice. Unfortunate I sold at 515 because that was a 40% move. Could have made 800 bucks on that. This was a strong one. Last time it had these big breakouts and never really pulled back that much. So you want to get, aggressive when you can. Looking at the 620 zone for possible entry, but I'm not sure if it's going to pull back. If it did pull back, though, that would be something I'd be looking into. Ooh, just hit high of day here at 7. Very strong move. Yeah, the other tickers are really kind of consolidating a lot lately, so I think MTP is really the main one to be watching. I don't really see a pullback bigger than maybe 6.4 if it's going to maintain this uptrend. Question is it going to maintain this uptrend? 6.5 acting as some decent support. Possible entry here at 44. Pulling and still pulling back a little bit. Possible other secondary entry here. I'm going to trade this with smaller size than the last trade. Just had 3 attempts to break higher. I have pretty tight small position size in that first one. Looks like it's going to do another drop here. Possible secondary entry here on the 30. I like the fact that the sell volume overall has been falling. Had one more fill here at 35, bringing my average to 38. I'm going to close this position for now, kind of take some profits. This could be an ABC pattern. I'm going to, I was up $100. I'd like to lock in a little bit of profits after having a fairly shaky day overall. So that was kind of my reasoning behind locking in profits there. Luckily, it was at 68, which could be the high of this candle. I mean, it did have a really, really strong run, so sometimes you want to kind of take that into consideration. It was a 44% run. We've only pulled back here about 13%. Could be the setup here for that second move. One AP Pro, that's funny. I don't know, MTP could have a really nice rally any second. That's kind of what I'm expecting here. Honestly, I'd be a little bit nervous if it didn't. Okay, well, there we go, breaking back above the 63. I'm a little nervous on a flush on this one. So I'm not going to trade this right now. It could break that 7 though, but I don't know if the risk reward is worth it for me at the moment. Do I have to use a position size of 25,000 every time in order to bypass? No. $25,000 is just account size, your overall account size. Here we go, MTP. If this holds and this does not flush, then I feel like we're going to be setting up for a bigger breakout pretty soon. 630. Low volume, very low volume. $11.17. This is actually quite a bullish looking ticker right now. That did not flush down. I was expecting it. I'm going to give it a bit longer. Might do it now. But clearly there's big buyers on this one. Selling volume has been going down a bit. Buying volume also kind of low, but that last sell volume was very, very low. Again, very low volume. I hope this thing flushes to the downside. If it breaks out, I'm going to freaking get FOMO. Boom! Flush right there. It's just $6. That's what we were expecting. Woo! No news. Dipped a little bit lower, only to like 91. Would have expected this to go a bit further than that. Here we go. Could be a second flush. Small entry here at 81. %12 pullback. That's a little bit nicer, something we could be looking for. Pulling it back again here. Would probably consider doing a secondary entry on it. Try to get a fill at 68. I could have been quicker on that. Could have been a little quicker. Decent 5-minute setup here. I know my 5-minute chart's a little cluttered because right now it's showing a lot of trades. Boom, we just got to fill at 68. New average at 74. I'm going to take some profits off the table on this one. I'm looking for a break of that EMA. This one has always surprised me kind of in the strength. So maybe 590 is going to get chipped away here. 588 acting as a little bit of support. Nope, didn't get it. Not too much sell volume. I'm going to give it another chance here. Small position size again. If anything, I could probably even buy back on this one a little bit. Nah, it's dipping here. New minutes, 30 more seconds till a new minute starts. $75 could crack. Yep, there goes 75. Quick little move. Down about $18 on this one. Bought another 200 here at 57. New average at 62. Well, this trade's going to be a bit of a nightmare to document properly. 60, 59, pulling back there, 54. Got to watch out. Could be a bit of a flush here. Fairly strong pullback so far on this overall. Kind of coming back to VWAP zone. Markets are green. MTP 5 million float. It's 11:25. Never really my favorite time to trade. Looking for one more little pop here, possibly breaking above the 70. $75 is that resistance. Can we go back above it into the 80s? Take some profit here at 79. Looking for a bigger breakout. 83. Closing at 85. Now that goes to 96 right away. Talk about always being on the wrong side of this one. Boom! Super sweet though. Up 300 bucks on MTP. We haven't got a $300 ticker in a while, so I'm pretty happy about that. So, you know, I was trying to be really calm and collected on this one. This could be the beginning of a reversal on it, so I might have sold too soon. I always sell too soon, but even with selling too soon, you could still make 300 bucks. We're trading right now with roughly $2,000 per share size. All right, sorry guys, I wasn't watching the chat. I was too focused. Document properly on TD Ameritrade. I mean, TradeJournal.co. Lunchtime on Wall Street. Yeah, I see that. You're all over the place, Satoshi. 644. Yeah, that was a fun one. I like the big Y. 1AP Pro. That's how we do it. Whew! I need a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Time to do some unpaid advertising. Oatly milk, guys. The cacao one will change your life. Changed my life. Oh no, it's out. Good thing I have a second one. MTP, guys, pulling back here. Let's be careful. I'm gonna get a second milk and we're gonna watch this. Satoshi says, Time to back it in. I kind of feel you on that. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know what? There's a chance that we might, make $400, $500, $600 on MTP. I'm kind of feeling like I'm a little bit in the groove on it. But at the same time, I think there's a few of these we got. They were close. So sometimes you don't want to overstay your welcome. And I don't know. Yeah, Aaron, that's true. Corey, don't worry. I always pin all the entries in the first comment below within like 8 hours. No, more like 24 hours. So if you want to check it out. But yeah, man, it was MTP, backside of a move. We were very cautious. And we traded very, very small base hits, little 3-4 percenters. And it added up. And it was pretty nice. Here we go. MTP possibly breaking here again. For the win, TG, yeah, that's what I like to hear. Nice entry, Satoshi. Yeah, that was a sweet one. 533, that was a good one. Yeah, Corey, if you're already up, then sometimes it's better just to lock it in. Ah, yeah, David, I feel you. It's so hard. It's something you never want to freak yourself out because it's really tough to get perfect entry, perfect exit. If it happens, it happens, but it should not be the goal. Hannah, I stream usually till 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're going over quite a bit, or like usually till like 11:15, I would say. At 11, I'm usually done trading, and then I'll stream till like 11:15. But MTP was hot, so I was like, why not keep trading it? It actually looks like it's going to break the EMA. So this could pull higher here any moment. You could also dump. You never know. Yeah, that's why a lot of you guys, you call out gappers that are looking good. But I tend to rather prefer trading stocks on their first big green day. They just tend to perform nicer, breakouts and everything. So that's why I was extremely focused on MTP. But I also missed the whole run up, so not focused enough. Yeah, Corey, I think I kind of did the same a little bit. Yesterday yesterday a little bit the opposite. I was super red yesterday and then traded myself into the green a little bit. $4. And then today I was in the red and then traded myself a little bit into the green again. Yeah, relative volume is always important. You want to see stocks just like MTP. It's up $600 million volume today. You could see here on the bottom right, check out the spike in volume. I mean, this is huge. Check out the 4-hourly. You can see huge volume today. So that's always really important. Yeah, the 6-day average volume, I'm not totally sure what that's at, but I'm just looking at the daily volume on this one. It doesn't really have any big spikes. So this is the only really volume candle that I can see on MTP here at roughly 6 million. And right now today, share-wise, we're at 124 million. So big volume today. This move Satoshi got was really, really clean. And that was a 10% kind of popper. But I don't know. We'll need to see what we want to do on it. I don't really feel like trading it right now. We did 17 trades today. That's quite the chunk of trades, huh? All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, even though, I mean, MTP does look kind of fun, but it's so easy to give back profits. And, you know, I haven't had a $300 day in quite some time, mainly because we trade with small position size. And today is the first day I kind of used a lot of my trades over $2,000. So it does make sense. We traded quite a lot of stocks. We traded MTP that we were green on, NBEV, which we were green on, and IMRN. Both of these first two, we left a lot of profits on the table. I'm not even kidding. I mean, even with NBEV, oh my God, this could have easily been like a $200 one. But oh well. We had several, you know, red tickers. We had MBRX, BKYI. We had MGEN, LXRX. I mean, yeah, LXRX as well. So the important thing to do is, you know, manage your risk. There's nothing wrong with a losing trade. I actually feel like I had more losing trades today than winning trades. So it's all about managing your risk. If you can manage your risk, you will survive and eventually you'll have some good trades. Pre-market, I tried like 4 times in a row for a 9-minute EMA breakout. Each time I was up a little bit, but then I closed for either a scratch or a loss. And it was just, you know, spinning the wheel a little bit. But I knew as long as I managed my risk, eventually one of them will work. And that's kind of, you know, the principle of trading. All right, Corey, take care, man. Time to go to work. Yeah, Satoshi, that was a really good one. Good little dip as well at 5.5. It had several attempts now to break above 6, so that's one thing I would keep in mind. We had a lot of filled orders. Definitely going to have a bit of stuff to document here. Market opened roughly here. I entered on NBEV, so this is where the first trade that will be pinned on the recap video will be. MTP was mad fun, huh? Take care, Charles. Do I think e-cars are only hype? I think e-cars are hype for sure right now. Everything goes through a hype phase. But I think they're here to stay. On the $25,000 account, are we up? I'm not sure. Let me quickly check. Are we up today? On Sono, I'm up $100. That's pretty sweet. On AAL, I'm pretty much at break even. So Sono had a pretty nice day today. It was a pretty sweet. Finally, so I was actually kind of getting worried about this one because it didn't have that clean breakout. So if you guys were watching my Sono video that came out with Saturday, I was talking about this entry we did here at 16.15. If you watched the video and were, you know, thought that this was a good trade as well, you know, you had a few more opportunities to get in around 16. So kind of interesting stuff. Let's see how far this one goes. I talk about all my price targets and what I'm looking for on my Sonos trade in the video. So just check out Sono. Came out with that video on Saturday, but I don't want to confuse you too much because this is not the day trading account. So got to keep it straightforward here. It's hard to answer questions because I can't trade and answer questions at the same time. So if I'm not trading at the moment, then I'll answer questions. If I'm trading, I can't look at the chat. Oftentimes, if I'm answering questions, I'll also miss moves, but I think I'm wrapping up anyway, so that's fine. Appreciate it, Hannah. Yeah, JC, I'm using cash in my Roth IRA account because Roth IRA accounts have to be cash. The 25K challenge account is a cash account. The unlimited account is a margin account. Take care, TJ. Yeah, space, man. I'm kicking myself so hard. I bought in at like 17 or something like that, and then I got chopped out. I treated it too much like a day trade. Any stock you hold under a year is considered a short-term capital gain, and it's taxed the same way as your income is taxed. So that's like the nutshell. If you hold a stock over a year, it's considered capital gains. That's like the short and simple version. I jumped in Sono and I saw your video. Thanks. Yeah, Satoshi, nice one. I mean, it's always good to do your own due diligence. I'm sure, Satoshi, you did your hardcore one. You're always checking out these stocks. So, but yeah, I mean, when my friend shed light on it to me, I was like, wow, this is actually a great ticker. And then I looked at the technicals and I was like, well, technically it's breaking from a huge resistance area. So this is very bullish. So had good fundamentals, had good overall news, and then technicals look pretty sweet. Although I was buying it at a high, which made me a little bit uncomfortable. Pretty much, yeah. Your broker will send you a 1099. I think it's a 1099 with all that information calmed down. It's something you don't really have to worry about. You get the info from your broker, and then you file that with the IRS. It's pretty straightforward. And your broker even tells you how much short-term and how much long-term capital gains tax. It's pretty straightforward. Definitely just review it with your accountant, get on the phone with TOS, they'll help you out. Thanks, John. Good to see you again. Yeah, MTP was a fun one, huh? You get taxed. It's like a business, think of a loss trade is like cost of goods sold. And a profitable trade is the profit, basically. So, if I have a $50 loser and a $100 winner, I only pay taxes on those $50. Appreciate it, John. Thanks a lot, man, for the support. Really, really appreciate it. Nice, Satoshi. I feel extra good about the decision now. That's good. I'm happy that we're on the same page. No, why would you pay taxes on a loss? You can deduct the $50 from the $100 winner. Yeah, Kirill's got it. Yes, Renee, you tell them. Hit the like button, guys. If you're new, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. The community benefits the more people as long as, good questions and no spam. So that's what I got Satoshi, Corey for. Satoshi and Corey and myself are hunting people dropping spam. Do I live in Santiago? No, I mean San Diego. I live in Florida most of the time, but because of Corona, I'm actually been in Berlin for a really long time. But I'm usually I'm in Florida a lot. If you're down overall, it's actually not the worst because then you can write your trading losses off against your other income. So if, let's say, you made $50,000 from your job and you lost $10,000 from trading, Now, technically, you only made 40,000 from your job, so you pay less taxes on your job, which is great. Yeah. We're in Florida, South Florida. I grew up in Vero Beach. And then I was in Fort Lauderdale and sometimes in the Keys with my brother. It's all over the place. Am I tired of Berlin? No, I love Berlin. Berlin's great. I live right next to a track and I always go running in the bars and it's a good workout place. It's really nice. MTP breaking higher. Woohoo! Who's getting some FOMO? Not me. Oh God, it's coming. I gotta get out of here before I freak out. Sarasota, that's the place. That's right, Satoshi. You tell him. That's true. We don't get too much spam. Some days are worse than others. There's a few days in the past, like past weeks, there was a lot of spam being dropped. I don't know if you guys see it or not because we mute the people fairly quickly. Like if they're just promoting, I don't know, some nonsense. Oh, Hannah, you're in Germany as well. That's cool. Miami, the capital of Corona. Yeah, it's pretty bad in Florida at the moment, huh? Yeah, you can write off losses. I think is it up to 3 years or 5 years? I forgot. Watch out, guys! Big sell volume. That was a lot of sell volume that came in with MTP. Oh yeah, the Virgin Galactic spacesuit. I haven't seen that one. I gotta check it out. $6 rejection. It's like when you go up for a basketball shot and someone just rejects it. Suck it, MTP. It's nice to see a stock not blow away when you're not in it, although it could happen any moment. In perpetuity. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. I'm wondering if MTP on the 5-minute chart, you can kind of clearly see that it had a pretty mean double top. So I wonder if that's a big red flag. Krill, that's the plan. MTP actually looks like, that might have been a 9-minute EMA pullback, and maybe it's going to break here again. I'm not going to trade it, but I'm just kind of thinking, what would I be doing right now? On the 5-minute chart, there's a lot of volume kind of on the buy, on the green candles, that is kind of creeping up here. This could be a breakout at 6. Ooh. Oh, God. Here comes the FOMO. Here comes the FOMO. $1 p.m. noon, best time to watch the market. Yeah, Satoshi, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, sorry, I try not to speak too fast, but there's usually too much stuff going on at once that I just try to get it out as quickly as possible. Break meaning down or up? I don't know. Both. I have no idea. These tickers have a mind of their own. Do what they want. Sweet little day. Ending the day with 337 profit. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I'll check it out. Galactic Spacesuit Reveal. Oh, it's like a music video. Okay, I'll wait for it afterwards. From Tampa, Florida. I almost moved to Tampa because I almost went to SFU. Wait, so SFU, is it SFU? South Florida University. Yep, MTP just broke $6. Yep, that's what we were thinking. This one is so aggressive when it moves, just so aggressive. Yeah, I can put it on the screen. I just put it away from my screen so I wouldn't FOMO into anything. I got a bunch. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. God, Jesus, calm down. You're going all out. This dip on MTP looks quite attractive. Oh my lord, I gotta get out of here, guys. This is getting really dangerous for me. I got the junkie scratches. I do. I need to get out of here. One more trade. You can do it. The buy volume is bigger than the sell volume. It must be a good sign. Look at this pullback. This is a sloppy time to be trading. You know, I feel like anything after 11 o'clock is already a red flag. I mean, this thing could come out with a warrant any second. It could come out with a stock offering news. Look at this pullback. That's a very vicious pullback. All your friends are doing it. Satoshi is the poster child of peer pressure right now. Whoa, Bobby. Nice. I guess they weren't too bad, huh? Take the money and run. Take the money and play Fortnite. These are nice areas to buy in, and typically I probably would have bought that. How much did I make today? I made about like 330, 340, something like that. Basically, all the profits came from MTP today, which is crazy because we traded 6 stocks. Honestly, the 2080 rule is the most true thing in the world. Here we go. Do I trade my unlimited account every day? Yeah. Lately, I do. I mean, obviously, I swing in my 25K challenge account, my Roth IRA, but only trade 2080 stocks at a time. No. The 2080 rule, where 80% of your profits come from 20% of your effort kind of logic. Just look up the 80-20 rule, Google it. Can you listen to the Shift song from TJC? I could, I'll write it down for afterwards. I can't do it on the stream or else YouTube doesn't like me very much. I was listening to a Rammstein song last time on one of my streams, It was like deep in the background, like in the other room, and my video got demonetized for playing copyrighted music. I was like, what? I could barely hear it. So you have to really watch out. Rammstein is nice. There we go, calm down. Es hört so schlecht. Good work, walking away with 300. You and me both, Paul. Nice, good to hear, man. Really, really good to hear. You spoke for a few weeks. That sentence doesn't really make sense, but I feel like I know what you're getting. You could speak a few words. Ich kann ein paar Worte sprechen. I would hope so, Hannah, if you're from Germany. Okay, oh, nice. I wish I had German class, the option. I took Spanish for 6 years and I still suck at Spanish. Bit of a floor coming in here. That's important. Good teacher is so important with language. Ich bin ein Berliner. Nice. Oh, thanks, Hannah. 3 lessons of Duolingo. It's probably more than most people. Ah, Baden-Württemberg. That's funny. I was just in Thüringen for some Klöße. I do have Zoom. That'd be actually kind of fun. We could definitely talk about it. We'd have to do a test run first for sure. ONTX. Let me quickly see what you were pulling up here on ONTX. Yeah, ONTX. Pretty decent day today, huh? Had that nice move off of 1-2. 20%. I like this double bottom it had at 1-2. That is just beautiful. That's really nice. Yeah, Magdeburg, those are some nice areas, Vision. You still make decent money off of it. It doesn't really matter the price of a stock as long as it's moving quickly. MTP looks a little bit weak in this area. I'm kind of nervous that if 550 breaks. We'll keep a close eye on it. American English, yeah. I've actually noticed that when I moved to Germany, that a lot of people spoke British English when they switched to English. It was really, really funny. Sometimes I would honestly think I was talking to a British person. Yeah, I guess that totally makes sense. Like if I learned Spanish from, I don't know, I guess from someone from Spain and then spoke it in Mexico, I would definitely be using different words and I would sound probably a bit different. Yeah, it would be good fun. We'll have to see how to switch it back and forth. Might be a little complicated, but I think it could definitely work. So show us your stash of cocaine. Purest form of Castilian Spanish. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. There's a lot. I have a bunch on Shazam off the top of my head. I don't know. There's a bunch. I'm really bad with artists in general. I'm like the guy that doesn't have a music library. I just like Google songs on YouTube, or search songs on YouTube, and then like add them to playlists and stuff. I guess I do have playlists, but I'm not crazy about following specific artists. I'll have to check it out. Check out on Google Thüringer Klöße von Fritz. It's the funniest song ever. It's like Schlager, but it feels like a school project. But it's really good. It's a little maybe embarrassing if you're from Thüringen, but it's really funny. Charles Schwab for charting and news, yeah. TOS definitely lacks a few things, but I think overall, I mean, it gets the job done pretty well. Thüringen? Thüringer, yeah, let me write it. Oh, it's the first video on YouTube from 2012, August 2012. So good. Where'd the chat go? I just clicked the wrong button. Ah, there it is. Is it typing? Yeah, MTP stalled hard. This is what happens at 12 o'clock usually. Do I like Weißwurstbrezel und Sauerkraut? 100%. Ist einfach lecker. NOVN was kind of an interesting pick today. having a kind of a nice run right now, really picking up some volume. This is looking good, honestly, NOVN. New all-time high right now at 1.1. Sweet stuff. There goes MTP. Finally had that pullback that we were kind of expecting could happen. All right, guys, I really got to run. My eyes are getting crooked. I feel them like flickering deep inside. I've been looking at the charts now since like 6:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like to watch the 7 a.m. open on TOS. So I've basically been looking at charts now for 4 hours, which is fine, but that's definitely like my limit. After that, I don't know, my eyes start rolling out of my head. So I need to get out of here. Thanks for dropping in, guys. Thüringer, yeah, 100%. Thüringer Klöse. Doesn't really, that song is legend. I gotta run though. It was really good fun trading with everyone today. Look, we're at 12:08. It got really, really late somehow. Just a lot of chat, so it's always good fun. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you're new. Take it easy, guys. You know, tomorrow's another day. Don't overtrade. Do what Corey did. Just walk away, lock in those profits, and walk away. There's no reason to, you know, give them back. Yeah, man. Be happy with where you are. See you guys. And till the recap video, and till tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Stay safe. Only make awesome trades. Cut the losses. Take the profits. Ciao, ciao. And I gotta figure out how to cancel this again.